everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this is another episode of Vern Rants. That's right, I'm Vern, and I'm gonna rant. Today, the Star Wars Hasbro team did a May the 4th live stream. I don't know if they looked at their clocks. It's May the 3rd. I know why they did it, though, because they want to take tomorrow off. It's Star Wars Day. They got to run down to the theater to watch Return of the Jedi because in their minds, that Rancor ate a Stormtrooper. I don't know if you remember that from their HasLab when they said the Rancor ate the Stormtrooper. I hope they go see it tomorrow. It's the last day they're going to have an opportunity, and they'll realize the Rancor didn't eat a Stormtrooper in Return of the Jedi. Today, I'm going to talk about the live stream, and there's a lot to talk about. They did a lot of reveals. Or should I say, they did a lot of re-reveals because everything they revealed, almost, we've already talked about before. But first, before we get into any of that, the Star Wars community is pretty fantastic. I gotta tell you, thanks to Josh McNair, who goes by Mopar McNair, who I engage with on Twitter, who comes out and checks out my channel all the time, sent me this shirt. It's a Return of the Jedi shirt, and on the back it has the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. This is pretty cool, and this is what I'm talking about. When you talk about the Star Wars community, it's fantastic. And tomorrow, I'm going to have a May the 4th video come out, and I got something kind of special in that video too, so hopefully you'll check that one out. So I know there's like a whole bunch of videos all at once. Where you been all week? Anyways, today they did a lot of re-reveals, and most of it is they just put stuff in a box. Right? They took the Chewbacca that's on a card with the chain around his neck where they used the indoor photo so that they can put him in a box now. Hopefully the artwork will depict that he's actually wearing that chain because Bosch is leading him into Jabba's palace. They're going to put the Wicket in a box. So you know what? There's no need to rush out and buy a bunch of these carded figures until they go on clearance because there's going to be more opportunity to get Wicket down the road. They've released some archives. What was the archive? The only good one that I think that is interesting is the Stormtrooper. Now that's pretty cool because if you're an army builder, you can always use lots of Stormtroopers. And hopefully there'll be more than one of them in a box. Oh, so I got to tell you what I think the coolest reveal was. They did these Ewoks in the vintage collection for the cartoon. That's actually really cool. They did this droids one with C-3PO and R2-D2 last year. The Ewoks from the cartoon, they're very colorful. They're going to come on the card tracks. They're going to have those coins. It looked really cool. I was really impressed with that. Those were pretty good reveals. The problem is, it was only like a couple of minutes of the whole stream. The rest of the stream was everything else they had already talked about. Darth Malgus, right? It's already announced, already coming out. Gaming Greats, right? You got the Chewbacca, the Wicket. You got the Luke Skywalker and the Grogu, the little training pack, already revealed. Everything was a re-reveal. But I will tell you this. There was something that I thought was kind of interesting. They had a picture of the all new, that's right, you guessed it, Mandalorian in Beskar armor. He's going to come in a box, but it's going to be a window, so that was kind of cool to see the window again. But it's the Mandalorian. Now, I'm kind of mixed on this because the Mandalorian is a good figure, but I got a bunch of them. I don't happen to have one handy. That's so funny, I don't have one handy to pick up. You know, there's a whole bunch of Mandalorians. I mean, like, do I need another Mandalorian? He's going to come with a Darksaber. Well, I gave Moff Gideon's Darksaber to my Mando. He comes with a cloth cape. I already sewed up a cloth cape for my Mando, so I'm not sure. But it does come with these really cool shoulder pads that are like the Stormtrooper. So they're attached here, so they have that more flexibility. They did point that out. I mean, yeah, it's pretty good if you don't have a Mando or if you want an updated Mando. That's going to be a good one to get. But I thought it was kind of interesting that that's what they decided to, like, reveal today. I mean, I know they revealed a whole bunch of Return of the Jedi stuff not too long ago. So this live stream confused me because there was almost nothing new in it related to Return of the Jedi, except for that, like, Ewok pack, I think. They did do Phantom Menace 20th anniversary, but I think it kind of threw the whole thing off because it's supposed to be for May the 4th. This is like a pretty big deal for Star Wars because it's May the 4th be with you. I mean, it's a pretty big day to celebrate, and that's all they came up with. So anyways, I was a little bit disappointed in the live stream. One, I think they got the date wrong. Two, they didn't really reveal anything new. They just re-revealed stuff. I thought that was kind of like a letdown for a May the 4th celebration. And finally, they did some pipeline reveals, and the one that I was most excited for was finally getting a Carson Tiva action figure in the back, and they popped up his picture, and I almost jumped for joy, and then I realized it's the helmet? So they can't even do an action figure, but they did a helmet. And the best part about it is they said he's one of the very few people who's been in all 3 seasons of The Mandalorian.
So one of a very short list of characters that has appeared in all 3 seasons of The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, it's Carson Tiva.
Which makes me wonder if they watched any of the seasons of The Mandalorian, because he wasn't even in the first season of The Mandalorian. I think he's only been in 4 or 5 episodes total in seasons 2 and season 3. Now, the guy who's been in all 3 seasons, the scientist that got the lobotomy in season 3, he's been in all 3 seasons. Does he have an action figure? I don't know. But Carson Tiva, we're still waiting. But guess what? You're going to get a helmet. Anyways, that's my rant for today. They did a May the 4th live stream on May the 3rd because they didn't want to have any part of the 4th because they knew they had nothing to reveal. Anyways, everybody, that's what I got to say, and I'm sticking to it. Have a fantastic day, everybody.